Hey, what's up, everybody? Going to go through the Toronto and Cleveland game today. Um, might go through some of the other ones later too if I find some stuff that I like in it. So the model is still on Toronto by about half a point. It was about 2 points earlier in the week. Obviously, game one it was on Toronto and they got blown out. They were down by 24, 100-76 in the fourth quarter. Pulled some starters, ended up getting to 126, 113. Made a little bit more reasonable on the final score, but still they did not cover. But the model does like them to cover, still likes them to win. Some of this could be the head-to-head matchups, but those were very early in the season. Um, Obviously, Cleveland was a different team. They've been banged up all year. I think Cleveland's injuries are the biggest part of all of this. It's still trying to figure out exactly how good they are. So it has been moving up on Cleveland's score. It stayed pretty consistent on Toronto, so it likes where they're at. The total stayed pretty consistent, but mainly it's just been the spread that has been shrinking. So here's the top props it likes. It likes Jacoby Walter. He played good minutes in the first game. Did not shoot very well. He didn't really shoot a lot either. He shot four threes. He only made one of them, but he played like 24 minutes. So I don't know that I would take that one in this one. Harden's props look pretty good. Mamu looks really good for rebounds. Merrill's minutes, I just don't know if he's going to get there now that they're a healthier team and playoffs. So I don't know that I would take him. I do like Barrett and I do like Ingram. So we'll start with Harden props. We will. Honestly, I think Harden is pretty good for about everything today. I like his assists quite a bit. I think he should be pretty good for seven, maybe even a little higher. The model likes him at seven. I think his line might be eight. But at home, he's hit this line in 76% of the last 25 home games. Some of those were still with the Clippers. But even since he's been with the Cavs, he's only missed this line two times, maybe I guess three times, and he's been well over it plenty of times. So I like his assists. The first game he did have 10 in 33 minutes. I would expect him to still be dishing the ball. The pick and roll with Mobley looks like a pretty good option. So I would take him. The similar games he did miss at Atlanta. If you look at just the home games, though, he's hit seven or better in all of them. That Atlanta one's actually the only one he's missed in the 10 games that the model finds the closest for what they will see tonight. So for seven, really good. His points, I think you could take him for 20. The model has him just over 20, 20.5. Home games, he is averaging about 21 in the last 25 home games. He's hit it in 56% of those. Hit rates up on the season, but like I said, a lot of that would be obviously with the Clippers. Um, but at 20 points, he's hit this in the last three home games, four of the last six home games. He's been really close on a lot of them. And just now that they're healthier, I think he's going to end up, once he starts passing the ball more, he'll get some more drives. And I think 20 looks good. His threes look good. So I think that's another reason. If you want to take him down to 18, all of the recent, all of the most similar games from the model, he's been 18 or better. He has hit the 20 line in eight of those 10. So again, he hit 22 in the first game, 33 minutes. If you want to take his threes instead, I think that would be a solid option too. I believe three is just around minus 120, 130, somewhere in there. I do think this is a good ladder option for you. If you look at overall, there are some dips. You go to the home games, he's hit four or more in the last three. He did have one with two. So he's hit two or more in pretty much every game except for these two since he's come to Cleveland when he's played at home. All these two are the red dots, which means they are the farthest from what the model thinks he's going to see tonight in the matchup. The green dots are the ones that they find the most similar. Both of those are at four. So he hit four in the last game. He also hit four at home against the Knicks. Those would be the similar games. But he's been two or better in pretty much all of these games. He had one against Boston back in early January. That was with the Clippers. So that one, Portland, and let's see, Portland, Charlotte, and Atlanta, he had two, but the rest of those are all three. So I think three or more looks better. I think you could, like I said, I think you could ladder him up, play him at three, maybe try to get it at four. If he gets hot, five is a possibility, but obviously that's going to be way more risky. But I do think Harden for points, threes, or assists all look good in tonight's matchup. Also going to look at Brandon Ingram. Obviously, last game, they were trying to use him kind of as a decoy. He ended up not shooting the ball as much, but I think he's going to get more looks again today. He came up just shy, 17 points of 20 last time. So the model has him at about 19. It does have him under this 20 line. I just think they're going to have him more aggressive. They need him to be scoring the ball. That showed up big time in the last game. So I would expect him to be more involved in the offense. In the last 25 games overall, he's had 21 average. Now the hit rate is only at 48%. If you go to the road games, he has been worse at home. So maybe you want to play him down. I just don't think there's a whole lot of value at 15, although I think he will hit that. If you like it there, I think it's probably around like minus 500. So obviously, if you play a few of those together, it can be something that's worth it. But I think go up at least probably to 18. He came one shy last time and he just wasn't shooting the ball. It was a blowout. I would expect this game to be a little bit more competitive. I could be wrong. Obviously, this Cleveland team, we haven't seen them healthy a lot. So maybe they're going to come out. Maybe they're going to blow them out again. But I do think at least 18. But I think he could get to this 20 points. If we look at the most similar games, so he had 22 on the road against New Orleans. He had 21 against Philly, 29 against Milwaukee way back first game of the season. So he's been coming up a little bit short. I just think playoff atmosphere, the way the last things went, that's why I would lean into him. Don't know if I'm going to play him. That's just where I'm coming from, is just the way the press conference went after the last game. I would expect him to be a little bit more aggressive, and he almost got to 20 last game. So that's my thinking. Another person I think you could go with is Barrett. He did get over 20. He got to 24 last game. The model has him predicted right at 20. I would probably play him at about 18. I feel like this is a game, if Ingram gets a little bit more aggressive, maybe he sees a few less shots. So that 24 maybe drops down to 18, 20-ish is where I would expect it. So overall on the season, he's averaged 19.3. He's hit this in 53. The last 25 games, he's gone over 20 on the average. Hit rate's gone up to 68%. If you go to the road, he's had more dips. Some of these green dots are down below. Some of them are up at the top, though. So he has had 18.5 in the last 25 away games. He's only hit this in 48%. For the 20-point line, if you go down to 15, he's hit that in 68% of the times. So, and then overall on the road, he is averaging about 19 points. He's hit 15 in 73%, and he's hit 20 in 50% of the road games for the season. If you go down to the most similar games from the model, like I said, he had 24 in the last game. He's had 31, 20, 22, 23, 20. So he has been more consistent than Ingram overall in the games where the model finds it consistent. A lot of these, though, very early season. Then he missed a lot of games. Since he's come back, he's hit that in 3 of the 5. He's hit 20. He's hit 16 in the other 2. I do think he has a little bit more value if you wanted to try to buy him down to around 15 than Ingram does. And he has been a little bit more consistent on that 15-point line. A couple dips down below, but very consistent even on the road. Overall, even more consistent. So Barrett might be the better option than Ingram. I think those are the two I would probably try to play. Barnes obviously had a good game last time. We can look at him. We'll look at his points real quick. So the model only has him predicted at 15. That's part of the reason I didn't really go with him. He has had more downside games under 10 points. So on the road, he hit 15 in one game, and then the 4 before that was 10 or less. That's one of the reasons I'm just not looking at that too much. If Quickley does not play, I think you could look at his assists. If Quickley plays, this isn't one I would necessarily take. A lot of these games were without Quickley. So green dots, most of them are 10 or higher. This last game against Cleveland, he did have 7. If you look at the road, still all 5 or better. Recently, a lot of them are 7 or better. If Quickley comes in, though, his assists are going to go down. Like I said, a lot of upside potential to even double digits. I think you can get him at 7 at a decent line right now. If Quickley comes in though, his cap goes way down. He's probably going to end up. I would expect him in that 5 to 7, maybe 8 range. If Quickley doesn't play, I could see him getting double digits. Just a big if on that for me. One of the ones I like a lot better is actually Mamu. So Mamu for 5 rebounds right now is actually plus a little over plus 105, 110, something like that. So overall, he has hit 5 or better. And let's see, 7 of the last 9 games. If you go on the road, he's hit it in the last 6 straight. He's actually hit 6 or more in the last 6 road games. Compared to the most similar games overall in the season, a lot of these are over 5. And just not huge minutes. He had 20 in the last game and he had 8 rebounds. He had 21 minutes in this game and he had 6. So I don't think it's really a minutes thing. I think if he gets in there, he's going to be able to get some rebounds. He's shown he can do it most of the season. Again, if we go back to the overall, every so often he does dip down, but big upside. I really do like him for 5. I think he may even go for 6. You can play him at 4, and he'll have good enough odds for you if you wanted to try to parlay him at that. And then the last one I'm going to go for right now is going to be Mobley. I liked Mobley's points. So Mobley is predicted by the model to go for 17 points tonight, so 2 over this 15 line. For 15, it was playable. I don't remember exactly what it was. I want to say right around minus 250, maybe minus 300. Not great odds, but I do think he has a good enough potential to even go a little higher. I could be remembering the odds wrong too. 15 may have been playable. So check that out, I guess, if you want to play this. But at home, he's been doing really, really well. Let's see. So 8 of the last 9 games, he has gone 15 or better. Most of these games have been up 17, 18, or higher than that. So let's see. The last game he missed at home was Miami. He had 8. And then 2 days later at home, he put up 15 on that same team. So 15 was against Philly. But like I said, a lot of these home games, 18 or better, looks really good. If you look at the most similar games, this Atlanta game, he only had 10. That was one of the last games of the season. He only played 22 minutes. I don't think he's going to be playing 22 minutes today. 33 minutes, he had 17. 35 minutes, he had 22. 30, 18. So when he is getting minutes, when he's getting up towards that 30 mark, he's having no issue clearing this 15-point line. And I think that's going to be the same thing again today. I think Harden with his assists and Mobley with points would pair it pretty well. That pick and roll option would be very good for them. So if you want to pair a couple, I think those would look good. Mamu, like I said, Mamu at 4, even just throwing it on there, I think that could be no sweat. Obviously, everything is risky. There are no locks, but for him to go from 8 the last 2 games, down to 4 would be kind of crazy to me. So I like Mamu. Harden, most of Harden's and Mobley, I think, are probably my favorite ones. Barrett, if you want to take him down to 15, I think is a very consistent option. The other ones, I think, are just situational. Ingram's got to shoot the ball, and Barnes, if Quickley's not in, obviously looks way better if Quickley plays. It's not one I would take. His rebounds will probably look better at that point. So if you have any questions, go ahead, ask in the comments. If you want to check out the website, just go to letsparlayml.com. You can check out all this stuff on your own, see which props you like. Check out any of the other players that I didn't go over. I'm going to start looking through the Atlanta and New York game, see if I can find some stuff in that one. Get something out for you guys, try to get a couple videos today. But good luck.